Today we are going to put puffy decals on the bottom of this pair of socks to make them non-slip. I measured the height of the oval and the width, and I came up with 7 by 3. So in Design Space, I've got a 7 by 3 oval. I put butterflies on the bottom. I'm going to make one more butterfly. So I'm going to duplicate, move this one up. I think I'm going to move this one over a little, or up and over a little bit. Sneak this one in here because I really want these to be non-slip. And we're going to test this out to see how well the puffy vinyl is going to work for a non-slip pair of socks. So I like that. I'm not going to cut out the oval. So I'm going to take the oval over here. I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to weld it because I want this to cut in this pattern so that when I weed out, I just am left with the butterflies in the correct order. I'm going to go ahead and make it, and I'm going to get rid of the oval. I don't need the oval any longer. I'm going to go over here to make it. So we've got our vinyl loaded, and I put the colored side down. And this is a pretty big sheet, and I didn't pre-cut mine. I'm going to go over here. We've got it at 1, but I'm going to do 2 because I have a pair of socks. I'm going to go up here and hit 2 and hit apply. And as soon as I hit apply, you see it put it in 2. So we're going to hit continue. Okay, so I selected glitter iron-on because I want this to have a good cut. And then I also selected more, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut. Oh, I almost forgot. Don't forget, you have to mirror the cut. Okay. All right, so I already weeded out one, and I'm going to weed this one out with you guys. Let's see here. That cut setting was perfect. This is just weeding right off of here. And yes, I tend to weed using my fingers. I feel like I have more control. And like I said, I like to cut it to where it's just perfect. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down. On the sock. Now we're going to go iron that on. I've got my socks laid out on my mat for pressing. I'm going to turn them so you can see better. So surprisingly enough, this only has to be heated for 8 seconds. I was pretty impressed at 300 degrees. So 8 seconds at 300 degrees. If you have to heat longer, the directions say to go ahead and press for another 4 seconds. And it's a warm peel. So we're going to set that down. All right. And it's a warm peel, so I'm going to go ahead and peel this off now. And they were talking, when I bought this at the store, they were talking about smooth versus rough. And these turned out to be a little bit rough. I think the more pressure I put down, the smoother it will be. So I'm going to try that on the next one to put more pressure. 8 seconds is very quick. And yes, as you can see, the more pressure I put, the smoother it was. I do like the smoother look better than the rough on this one. That cooled really quick. And that was a super easy transfer. Those are really puffy, and they should create like a non-slip surface.